Nitsaviym, you are standing. Vayelech, and he went. Deuteronomy 29:10. Ye stand this day, all of you, before Yahuah Elohechem, your captains of your tribes, your elders and your officers, with all the men of Yasharel, your little ones, your women, and your stranger that is in your camp, from the hewer of your wood unto the drawer of your water, that you should enter into covenant with Yahuah Elohechem, and into his oath which Yahuah Elohechem cuts with you this day, that he may establish you today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto you Elohim, as he has said unto you, and as he has sworn 7 oaths unto your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov. Neither with you only do I cut this covenant and this oath, but with him that stands here with us this day before Yahuah Eloheinu, and also with him that is not here with us this day. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Mitzrayim, and how we came through the nations which ye passed, and ye have seen their abominations, and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them, lest there should be among you man or woman, or family or tribe, whose heart turns away this day from Yahuah Eloheinu, to go and serve the Elohai of these nations, lest there should be among you a root that bears gall and wormwood. And it come to pass, when he hears the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my heart, to add drunkenness to thirst. Yahuah will not spare him, but then the anger of Yahuah and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this Cepher shall lie upon him, and Yahuah shall blot out his name from under heaven. And Yahuah shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Yasharel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this Cepher of the Torah, so that the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land, shall say, when they see the plagues of that land, and the sicknesses which Yahuah has laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown, nor bears, nor any grass grows therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Amorah, Admah, and Seviim, which Yahuah overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. Even all nations shall say, wherefore has Yahuah done thus unto this land? What means the heat of this great anger? Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahuah Elohai of their fathers, which he cut with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Mitzrayim. For they went and served other Elohim, and worshipped them, Elohim who they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of Yahuah was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this Cepher. And Yahuah rooted them out of their land in anger, and in wrath, and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. The secrets of Yahuah Eloheinu are given to his children and their sons forever and ever, that they may observe every word of the Torah. Chapter 30. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon you, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before you, and you shall call them to mind among all the nations, whither Yahuah Elohechem has driven you, and shall return unto Yahuah Elohechem, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command you this day, you and your children, with all your heart and with all your soul. That then Yahuah Elohechem will turn your captivity and have compassion upon you, and will return and gather you from all the nations whither Yahuah Eloheka has scattered you. If any of yours be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahuah Eloheka gather you, and from thence will he fetch you. And Yahuah Eloheka will bring you into the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it, and he will do you good, and multiply you above your fathers. And Yahuah Eloheka will circumcise your heart, and the heart of your seed, to love Yahuah Eloheka with all your heart and with all your soul, that you may live. And Yahuah Eloheka will put all these curses upon your enemies, and on them that hate you, which persecuted you. And you shall return and obey the voice of Yahuah, and do all his commandments which I command you this day. And Yahuah Eloheka will make you plenteous in every work of your hand, in the fruit of your body, and in the fruit of your cattle, and in the fruit of your land for good. For Yahuah will again rejoice over you for good, as he rejoiced over your fathers. If you shall hearken unto the voice of Yahuah Eloheka, to guard his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this Cepher of the Torah, and if you turn unto Yahuah Eloheka with all your heart and with all your soul. For this commandment which I command you this day, it is not hidden from you, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven, that you should say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea, that you should say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh unto you, in your mouth and in your heart, that you may do it. See, I have set before you this day life and good, and death and evil. In that I command you this day to love Yahuah Eloheka, to walk in his ways, and to guard his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that you may live and multiply. And Yahuah Eloheka shall bless you in the land whither you go to possess it. But if your heart turn away, so that you will not hear, but shall be drawn away, and worship other Elohim and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whither you pass over the Yarden to go to possess it. I call the heavens and the earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your seed may live, that you may love Yahuah Eloheka, and that you may obey his voice, and that you may cleave unto him, for he is your life, the length of your days, that you may dwell in the land which Yahuah swore 7 oaths unto your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov, to give them. Chapter 31. And Moshe went and spoke these words unto all Yasharel, and he said unto them, I am 120 years old this day. I can no more go out and come in. Also Yahuah has said unto me, you shall not go over this Yarden. Yahuah Eloheka, he will go over before you, and he will destroy these nations from before you, and you shall possess them. And yahusha, he shall go over before you, as Yahuah has said. And Yahuah shall do unto them as he did to Sikon and to Og, king of the Emorym, and unto the land of them whom he destroyed. And Yahuah shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according unto all the commandments which I have commanded you. Be strong and of good courage, fear not, nor be afraid of them, for Yahuah Eloheka, he it is that goes with you. He will not fail you, nor forsake you. And Moshe called unto Yahusha, and said unto him in the sight of all Yasharel, Be strong and of good courage, for you must go with this people unto the land which Yahuah has sworn 7 oaths unto their fathers to give them, and you shall cause them to inherit it. And Yahuah, he it is that goes before you, he will be with you. He will not fail you, neither forsake you. Fear not, neither be dismayed. And Moshe wrote this Torah, and delivered it unto the priests, the son of Levi, which bore the ark of the covenant of Yahuah, and unto all the elders of Yasharel. And Moshe commanded them, saying, At the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the feast of Sukkot, when all Yasharel is come to appear before Yahuah Eloheka, in the place which he shall choose, you shall read this Torah before all Yasharel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and your stranger that is within your gates, that they may hear, and that they may learn, and fear Yahuah Elohechem, and guard to do all the words of this Torah, and that their children, which have not known anything, may hear and learn to fear Yahuah Elohechem, as long as ye live in the land whither ye go over the Yarden to possess it. And Yahuah said unto Moshe, Behold, your days approach that you must die. Call Yahusha, and present yourself in the tabernacle of the assembly, that I may give him a charge. And Moshe and Yahusha went and presented themselves in the tabernacle of the assembly. And Yahuah appeared in the tabernacle in a pillar of a cloud, and the pillar of the cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. And Yahuah said unto Moshe, Behold, you shall sleep with your fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the Elohai of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have cut with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured. And many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, Are not the evils come upon us, because our Elohim is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day from all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they are turned unto other Elohim. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach it the children of Yasharel. Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Yasharel. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swore 7 oaths unto their fathers, that flows with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves, and waxen fat, then will they turn unto other Elohim, and serve them, and provoke me, and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of their mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination, which they go about, even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swore 7 oaths. Moshe therefore wrote this song the same day, and taught it the children of Yasharel. And he gave Yahusha the son of Nun a charge, and said, Be strong and of good courage, for you shall bring the children of Yasharel into the land which I swore 7 oaths unto them, and I will be with you. And it came to pass, when Moshe had made an end of writing the words of this Torah in a Cepher, until they were finished, that Moshe commanded the Leviim, which bore the ark of the covenant of Yahuah, saying, Take this Cepher of the Torah, and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of Yahuah Elohechem, that it may be there for a witness against you. For I know your rebellion and your stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, Ye have been rebellious against Yahuah, and how much more after my death? Gather unto me all the elders of your tribes and your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears, and call the heavens and the earth to record against them. For I know that after my death ye will utterly corrupt yourselves, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you. The evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of Yahuah, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. And Moshe spoke in the ears of all the assembly of Yasharel the words of this song until they were ended.